Hi, welcome to Soul, a roundtable on creativity, expression, artistry, and vision. Today, we're going to be talking to our wonderful guest who is the lead guitarist of the 9-piece award-winning band, Ben&Ben. We'll talk about how being in a band has influenced his creative expression, as well as the why behind his creativity. I'm also going to ask him how he got John Mayer's pick. So, Poch, as we start,
Hi.
hello.
Hi.
Do you want to press the button for me to start recording?
Okay.
There, now it's recording.
Okay.
It's not even plugged in, so.
Yeah, nice.
Okay, how did you end up with John Mayer's pick?
Wow. It's a cool story. I have never seen John Mayer live. He has been a big inspiration for me musically and as a guitarist for years. Siguro since I was 13. And we had the chance to watch him live with thanks to our management in Hong Kong. So when we found out we were going to see him, I was thinking, oh, we might have a chance to meet him. Because same management, I don't know, our manager knows him. I was thinking, I might have a chance to see him. What should I bring for him to sign? Or should I give him a gift or what? So I was thinking, I'll bring a guitar. Yeah, that's cliche. I'll bring a guitar. I'll have him sign my guitar. Kiefer, randomly. Kiefer, my bandmate. Your friend as well.
Yeah, him, that's right.
Yes, Kiefer. He suggested randomly, why don't you give him a watch? Because I'm also into watches, and Kiefer is also. And John Mayer is also into watches. He's one of the biggest collectors out there. And I was like, yeah, I should. So I thought, okay, I'll give him a watch. So we got there. I had a watch to give him. When we got to Hong Kong, our manager told us, okay, these are your seats, front and center.
Damn.
We're like, wow. And she's like, okay, at the intermission of the show, you guys are gonna come to the backstage. You're gonna meet him.
Dude.
So we were like, oh man, this is it. This is the chance. So my other bandmate, Tony, she wrote a letter for him. Other bandmates were like, we should put our album that we're making in a USB.
Love
Give
it.
it to him
Love it.
with a letter. So that's what he did. We went to the backstage. Met him. He was so big, so tall.
He's tall pala.
He's tall.
He's taller than you.
Yeah. He's like
You're pretty tall.
6'3", 6'4". He's tall. He's huge. I was so starstruck. And we were walking to the backstage. My bandmates were like, "You should be the one to talk to him."
Wow.
And they were like, sabi pa nila, kasi ikaw yung pinakamagaling mag-English. And in the back of my mind,
Kala mo magaling mag-guitar.
no, in the back of my mind, no, you just want to give this to me. Okay, I love you guys.
Oh.
So we got to the backstage. He came out of his dressing room. And I said, Ross, our manager, talked to him, introduced us to him. So after the pleasantries, I approached him. And I was like, John, you have been one of the biggest inspirations to me and us in the band. And we wouldn't be here if not for your music. And I want to give this to you as a gift, as an appreciation from me. So I took my watch off my wrist and gave it to him. And then he was like, no, I can't take this. I said, no, please, I insist, take it. It's my gift for you. He was like, no, I can't. I said, no, please, just take it. He said, no, I can't do that to you, buddy. I can't do that. I said, but it was just a back and forth. A couple of times, 5 times, siguro. And then I said, I'm not leaving here until you take this.
Sapakan kayo.
Yeah, we did. The joke lang. And then he said, okay, I'll take it. So he got it. He put it in his pocket. And he said, thanks, man. He said, if you give me a gift, I give you a gift. And then he reached in his pocket, and then he got a guitar pick, and he gave it to me. I held it, and I'm like, wow! I felt like a little boy inside.
Right.
Oh, cool. So there.
That must have been the coolest experience. Were you nervous when you were talking to him?
Super. Like, I don't remember much from it. I kind of blacked out and just like autopilot. Just okay.
And it had his name on it, right?
Had his name on it. So I looked at the pic. Cool, it had his name. So I just kept it in my pocket. Save space. You're there. I just kept checking throughout the rest of the show if it was there.
So what did you play with the pic? Have you ever played the song with the pic?
No. So the next day at the hotel, there was sunlight na. I put it directly under the sun through the window. I took photos of it with my phone.
Right.
Just appreciating that moment.
Right.
Turned it around, took the other side. And I looked at the photo and I saw that there were scratches on it where the guitar strings might be, you know.
Yes.
So I was like, oh no, he used it. This must have been his pick for the first half of the show. So I never used it.
Yeah.
Why would I?
He's the only one who has gotten to play that.
Yeah.
Did you laminate it or anything? Where is it now?
No, I put it in I put it on a frame.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are the things that keep you inspired now?
I think a lot of things. Maybe one would be where I get my inspiration from. And that's a lot of things as well. So it's people.
Okay.
It's my purpose here on earth. And it's the opportunities and experiences that have been given to me. That genre experience falls under the opportunities and experiences that have been given to me. Because I know that an experience like that is they don't come often.
Yeah.
And must have been there for I don't know what reason. And well, after that experience, I cried.
You cried?
I cried. Just teared up.
Yeah,
Teared up a bit.
No, it must have been a bit more than that. I would have cried if like my inspiration gave.
No, but I kept smiling. I went to bed smiling.
Dude.
So that's there. What's the second one?
You said people and then
purpose.
You said,
Purpose here. My purpose here is to love it.
Damn. We're getting deep. It's like this is the warm-up question, bro.
Your questions.
Okay.
It's your fault. You brought this here. No, it's to love, because I have been loved. And I've been loved in all sorts of ways.
Yeah.
But the deepest, greatest love that I've ever received is from saving of my own self and my life.
Yeah.
And what greater purpose is there than to love with the love that you've received?
Damn.
Right. That's for me. I don't know about you. But yeah. So that's that. The third actually the first that I said pala kanina.
Yeah.
Just friends, people in my life, my relationships, my family. Love, that's love also.
Yeah.
And it's the sharing of love. It's like a conversation like this. Like whenever we catch up or when we message, it's like I ask you, or ask how we check in on each other.
Check in on each other.
Yeah. Yeah, there.
Are there days when so everyone, especially creatively, and this is part of the birth of this podcast and the birth of Dross as a whole, is like people are experiencing creative burnout left and right. And especially in the past 3 years, it's been mega difficult. And I know you've had your times where, one, maybe you lock down in a good way, and like you lock down in a house and you're with your band and you're making songs. But then in other times, you're like locking down and isolating from everyone because mentally, emotionally, you're not doing that well. What practices do you have, or what things have you done? It doesn't even have to be like a disciplined practice. Just like to regain the inspiration, or just to feel like, shucks, I have to do something.
Yeah. It's, well, naturally as a person kasi, I medyo agito. I like doing something. I like being productive. So the second thing that you said, like the example, like when I'm overwhelmed, when I'm tired, when I just wanna isolate, that's exactly what I do. I stay by myself. I indulge in alone time more than I want. more than I need.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm an introvert that way, and I just want myself when moments like that come. And
Is that bad for you or is it good for you?
It can be bad, I realized recently. Naturally, because I'm not really a people person. I don't reach out to my friends as much as I want to. I don't reach out to my family as much as I want to, naturally. But the past years, I've been learning how to do that, how to let more people in, how to check up on more people, and share love. Because I don't know, the past years of my life, I mean, I'm not old, but through the years, the initial instinct kasi for me, when I'm overwhelmed or tired, is to isolate.
Yeah.
Is to keep to myself. And siguro I experienced this in the pandemic. The first season, if you will, of the pandemic. Pre-vaccine.
Season 1.
Season 1.
Yeah. Pilot.
I really kept to myself, and it didn't work out.
You felt it was getting worse or like?
It was so toxic eh. Kasi I just resigned na lang to whatever intellect, wisdom, thoughts I had in my head, experiences that were already there. And those things run out eh.
Yeah.
And you won't gain more if you just...
You need other sources, right?
You need other sources to feed you.
You need other people and other...
Well, I've been learning recently na it's needed talaga.
Yeah. That helps fuel your creativity.
It really, it does.
Let's talk a bit about, so at the time of recording, the night before tonight, just last night, you and your band won an award for a song that you produced. Best Ballad, right? For the song Magpahinga. And it talks, it's a wonderful, beautiful song. We were listening to it right before that we recorded. And it's about when you're overwhelmed and you feel like you're not even enough 24 hours aren't enough. You're not enough. And you feel that overwhelmed. Where did and it, the song is placed nicely in the album Pebble House, which is where you guys were, creatively doing all your stuff in the pandemic. Did the pandemic have a part to play in the production? Not just the writing, but even on your end, like the production of the song?
Oh yeah. Because the pandemic slowed down things. It forced everyone to get on this certain pace. And then it sped things up then because you have all your meetings on your laptop. You can do it any time of the day. There's no time for commuting. There's no time for, oh no, I can't go here because I'm coming from this place. But there was that moment of where things did slow down. And I think it gave a little peace for the song, and also the space in where you can actually breathe. And that's kind of what we wanted to do with the song. And I want to give credit also to the song pala that won that award. When we were in the Ben&Ben house over the pandemic, we had a Christmas break, I think, 2020. We got back 2021, January. And then Paolo, my bandmate, was going through something and he wrote the song. And he let me listen to it, he played it on the guitar, and it was just amazing. The lyrics, he wasn't sure yet about how the melody should go, so we were kind of giving our thoughts also on how the melody should go, but the message of the song was just so, wow, this is what people are going through in this pandemic. Because we try to, when we get overwhelmed and we get tired and we're stressed and all, we have this we have this thing where we try to deny or prolong or push back the breaking point.
Love it.
Of our
repression.
Yeah. It's like, no, you're about to break. No, I can do this.
Yeah.
You're about to give up. No, kaya pa yan. I can fight through this. But that's not always...
That's how you burn out.
Yeah, that's not always the key.
Yeah.
That's not how things are solved. It's done in a pace. It's done in a balance. And it's a really hard balance. I don't know if I'll be ever able to get that balance. But that's a beautiful thing about that song that Paolo wrote. Miguel also wrote it, I think. Yes.
Do you feel like it's because we feel a sort of pressure in our day and age to be fast, to be productive, to hustle, to get things done?
Yeah.
Is that for you? Like, how does that factor into your creativity? Like, does it help your creativity thrive, or like at the end of the day, it just kills it?
You know what? It's hard. It's difficult because a lot of times, because how I see it, the reason why we go that fast, or we always push to be that fast, is because we're always trying to prove something. We're always trying to prove anything, consciously or not. Like, I have to make a name for myself. I have to build a future for my family. I have to make the most out of my time right now. I have to build clout or whatever.
Clout chaser.
Yeah, or whatever it is. Baka ikaw yun with your chains.
Dude. I'm gonna hide this.
No, but we're always trying to prove something. I think even the most secure people, most self-secure people, have something that they're trying to prove.
What would be like the healthy antidote to something like that? How, if in your experience, like, how have you ever entered a space where you feel like, okay, here I can just be the way I am, be Poch, who I want to be, and I don't have to prove anything to anyone?
And yeah, I want to answer that with going back to the previous question also about creativity, because I realized now when I'm always trying to prove myself and I'm always trying to prove a point or fill something that's kulang within me, nawawala yung creativity. And like, go back to what I said kanina about the three things. It's those three things that give me inspiration to create. And without those things there in place, then when it's just me, when those things go down and it's just me, when it's just about me trying to prove my point, when it's just me about trying to live my life for myself and myself alone, not considering anyone else, not considering my greater purpose here, then nawawala yung creativity.
Wow.
So, to bring these back to create, I have to take this down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, it's still there, because I'm me.
Yeah.
It's still there, but these things have to be in it also, and these things have to be on the forefront. And it's not being like self-sacrificial. No, I don't need my self-care. I don't need to think about myself. I don't need my alone time. I just need to do these things. Like, it's still there, yeah. But for these things to work, I have to be mindful of these three other things.
What is creative expression to you? What are you expressing? So if we've made the point that creative expression is not expressing something to prove a point about yourself, then what are you expressing?
My life isn't because of me. Who I am is not because solely of what I've done, of who I have made myself up to be. It's because of the experiences that I have had in the past. It's because of the people that I've met in the past. It's because of the greater love that I have experienced, felt, and that I'm experiencing now. And the expression of creativity, of art, for me, I think, is living out those experiences, the love, the people, the purpose, through whatever way I can express it. You know, I'm not a graphic designer. Like, I can appreciate visual aesthetic. I know some things about cameras and lighting, but that's not the way that I express creativity. But what I do know, what I try to know, and what I'm learning is music.
Yeah.
And so that's the avenue in that I try to express my creativity and art.
You're like a passport. Parang wherever you go, the places you go, the people you encounter, they like have their stamp on you. And like you're such a beautiful passport of this is all, or like a vessel, but of course that metaphor is used so much. But
Yeah.
everything that
No, no, yeah,
everyone
yeah, I
has put
understand.
in you,
We all are.
yeah.
You are.
And you express that through music.
Yeah.
What is it difficult balancing personal expression for you and doing it as a job in a band, especially that you just went on your tour in America?
It is hard. Because you get consumed
With
with work. Like you, if you're a content creator, or if you're a video editor, or if you're a director, and you work with this other entity, that's more than just you. You have responsibilities to do for that.
Yeah.
You have timelines. You have other people to work with.
yeah.
That does not make it or that kind of lessens the effect or impact of it being a personal expression of your own art in its fullness. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm in a band. I play guitar. I learned guitar. I grew up playing guitar in my room with imaginations in my head. Now, okay, if I play this low note here on the string, this can be like the bass. If I do this pattern with the high notes and the low notes, they create a rhythm and it can become the drums. So for me, that's where the whole expression comes out. So I enjoy playing by myself. I enjoy creating all the different aspects of sound together. But I play in a band now.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, people in the band know this. It's a humbling experience. And I work in a band with 8 other people.
Right.
8 other people who are geniuses also in what they do. Like our pianist is great at what she does. Our singers are amazing at what they do. Everyone is great at what they do. And I'm just a guitar there. You know, like I add a piece to it. So it's not exactly everything. Like the songs that we make, the things that we put out, isn't exactly everything that I am musically or I am creatively.
Right.
It's something made for this thing. Like you want to make a film. Right? You're a director. Say you're a director.
Director Nate.
Director Nate.
Yeah.
You want to make a film, but you're working with this producer.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a collaboration.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah.
It's instantly a collaboration. So there are little key things that you want to put in it that you can't really put because you're collaborating on this project. So it's a lot of it is project based.
So you draw a line. You separate, but you
Yeah.
find joy in both. You love on both.
Yeah.
But would you say you're drawing a line between when you express for yourself and you express with a band?
Not really. I think a filter lang.
Filter.
Yeah, there's a filter because this is me, right? You put a line here. This is me here. This is my bank of ideas and things that are created in my head based on inspiration, experiences, and all of that. Line, band, work, the creative output of the band. So things go through that filter.
Right.
So if it doesn't work for this entity, okay, maybe not. So it's during the past 5 years, I've been doing that so much, and it's become second nature na. And I'm sure my bandmates will
Well,
also
what is the
say
second nature? The filtering.
The filtering.
Do you think everyone does that in the band?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they each have their own personal.
Yeah.
This is me. This is reserved for.
Yeah.
And you have that.
Yeah. But I don't know if I'm sure some of my bandmates will agree. Work has become so big in our lives. It's taken so much of our energy and time that the other side tends to be suppressed is a heavy word, but ignored a little bit,
Neglected. If you could, okay.
Not saying that this is bad, the work, the band.
Yeah.
It's great, but the the filtering kasi has just become so natural that it can be hard to, like in Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it can be hard to identify now, is this
Right.
really what I want? This musical input, is this really what I want? Or does it just work with the song and I appreciate it for the song? I appreciate it for the message of the song. But is it really like a full expression of my art?
Think of a 2 a.m. bonfire at the beach
Yeah.
with your band, walls down, and don't share anything that's too private. But concerning what you just said, is there anything you would tell them?
No, we all know this.
You all know it already.
Yeah, and that's the thing with working in a band. It's fun because
Yeah.
each time we arrange a song, for example, Paolo or Miguel or whoever writes a new song, brings it to us, and we're like, okay, let's work on it together. Let's arrange it. There's always tension that rises there, because we have to humble ourselves each time, thinking na okay, this is what I want, but it might not work for this song, or this person disagrees with me. May conflict agad.
Right.
And it's become so natural for us not to go through that. I remember before in the earlier days, see Paolo and I would always butt heads.
Really?
Yeah, because we're both really stubborn.
I'm sure you both have great ideas, though. And I think yours are better.
Paolo. Be your friends.
It's a small podcast, you'll never know. You'll never hear it.
I'm gonna share
Joke
this.
lang. No.
No. No, I don't know. It just always... Because there are times na, okay, sige, pa, we can work with your idea muna. But it feels bad for me. There are other times, a lot of times naman, he's like okay, Poch, sige, yung idea mo na lang muna. And then that works. And then it just comes out, or we just realize on both ends now, okay, your idea pala was better. Okay, I'm glad we went to this.
Yeah.
And it's going through experiences like that again and again and again and again. For all the songs that we've made or worked on, na it's become just so natural for us to make that filter.
Right. How about, like, has the musical philosophies of the band affected your own personal style? Like, let's say if you're gonna play on your own for a different event, Poch Barretto, and maybe you're duoing with somebody.
Oh, yeah. No, before...
Do you now sound like the Ben&Ben guitarist?
Nah. I don't know. I don't think it's been that bad naman of a filter na my playing guitar has sounded like Ben&Ben. I think for most of us din naman in the band, instrument-wise, we have made the sound of the band more of ourselves.
Nice.
So like the guitar, for me, and the guitar in Ben&Ben, it sounds like, well, I can say
It's
Poch
you.
guitar.
Yeah.
It's not the other way around. So it's really not a bad filter. It's not toxic in that sense. I have to change who I am to put it there. There are just some other things na maybe more playful or wild ideas na I shouldn't put there because it's too might be too much.
Yeah. But can I ask, how does it feel that the guitar that you put in the band is so much of you? You're not sessionista vibes. This is Poch Barretto in a song. And it's loved and it wins awards. Like, how is that for you? Of course, it's nice to feel appreciated
That's
for
so
who you
kind.
are. Huh?
You're too kind.
No, I mean, it's true. Is it a dream come true for you, or is it...
I never dreamed for this to happen. I wanted to create music, but I wanted to be in the background. I just wanted to be a producer or arranger or even musical director or a session guitarist, which is what I was before Ben&Ben.
Yeah.
So I never dreamed of being like, this people to know that, oh, si Poch ng gitara dito, or oh, that's the sound of a...
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the limelight.
Oh, you're not?
Yeah.
So it's not like a bonus to you that you are an arranger, you are a producer, you are an instrumentalist, and then on top of that, it's not cloud chasing, and it's not like, as in, because everyone, when I am me, and I make stuff with my name on it and it's appreciated, it feels good. Is that something that, or you'd really rather be in the background without the pressure?
Syempre, I want credit.
Yeah.
Anyone would. Any creative would. Like, you wouldn't create... I mean, it's not the best feeling when you create something and
Of course.
credit isn't given to you.
Of course.
So I guess in that sense, it's okay, but not really in the fame or the clout or the
Then
highly regarded praise.
What's something that might have surprised you about life in a band? Like Poch 10 years ago would never have suspected.
I don't know, everything.
Everything.
That there is no... So like, even, I go through this mindset every time I'm on stage, because in every show I get so nervous pa rin. As in, my fingers shake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Every show, even if you're playing the
show.
same set.
Every show.
Okay.
Yeah, we went to the American
Yeah,
tour.
yeah.
We had some audiences in the States na not much people. And we have those kind of shows here. We have shows here in Manila with much more people. But there, even with a small crowd like that, even in the small crowd here, my fingers still shake.
Wow.
I don't know why, especially when the solo's about to come up.
Yeah.
Because the thing with my bandmates like giving me solos in songs.
Because you're good.
I don't know. I think it's because they just don't want to think about it. Just like, okay, sige po, ikaw na lang.
Is it because you feel the pressure each time you're about to perform it?
Yeah.
And like, if you make a
anything
mistake...
can mess up. Yeah.
Okay.
I put so much pressure on myself.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get it.
But do you believe that the best moments on stage for you have been when it felt like play?
Like?
Play.
Play?
Play. Like, naglalaro ka lang.
Oh yeah. So going back to the question kanina, that's the kind of mindset I give myself, or I try to put on myself and head when I'm feeling pressure like that, when I see my fingers shaking. I just try to think na lang na, okay, who am I ba at the core?
Yeah.
Why am I here ba?
Wow.
I'm just a guy who is so flawed. I just like music because I fell in love with it at home. Fell in love with it when I saw the worship team in church doing their thing. Fell in love with it when my mom would play music in the car or at home. And I just go back to that moment. Okay, I'm just playing guitar right now. I'm just doing what I like.
Wow.
And then that's kind of stops the shaking.
Wow.
A bit. And so with the recognition or whatever you said kanina, it's just really that, like, that's why I just happen to like arranging music also very much. I just happen to like
so the fun
producing
part
as well.
isn't the recognition. The fun part is like the fact that I actually get to do this every day and it's fun and wow.
And
you're so down to earth, huh? How do you keep that? Like, is there something you would tell yourself, like growing up, na parang that you have to stay humble or that you have to just remember, I'm just enjoying music. I just love, or is it's natural because going back to the beginning, you've just been loved so much and then you just love music.
I think what's natural is for me to think that I'm great. It's for me to be mayabang. It's for me to think na, oh, this is good because of me. I am like this because of me. That's what's natural.
Yeah.
Like when I don't mind it, when I don't think about it, that's what comes out. That's the mayabang monster that comes out. So like what you said, staying grounded.
Yeah.
It's an effort. When I let myself lose too much, and I get to be that, when I let the mayabang monster take over, bad things happen. I become abrasive to people. I've seen I make more mistakes. I'm more...
wow.
I get more stressed with the littlest things.
So what would you tell yourself and all the other creatives out there who are struggling with either the mayabang monster or the isolation yeti.
What are you? What do I tell
What
myself?
would you tell? Yeah.
It's not about me.
It's not about you.
Yeah.
It's not about me.
It's not about me. Yeah.
It's not about you.
It's not about you.
What's it about?
It's about why you're here.
Mm.
Because we're all to quote a John Mayer song.
Yeah, dude, do it.
I'm.
Let's go full circle.
I'm bigger than my body gives me credit for.
Mm.
So that in itself also answers the insecurities that you naturally have.
Wow.
The fears that you naturally have. It's not easy. I mean, it's impossible to take that on by yourself, to take that mindset on by yourself. Pero to know and have peace na the reason why you're here, your purpose, is greater than they actually are. And you wouldn't be able to fulfill your purpose. You wouldn't be able to live your purpose out if you are not here.
Wow.
So in that sense also, you matter.
Poch, that was so
you matter,
great,
Nate.
man. Thank you. I needed to hear that also. Is there anything you want to plug, like at the end, as we wrap up the podcast? Either anything you want to plug, anything you want to promote, or anything you just want to tell them. We've got like a minute left, and here's the camera over here, or this one, pala.
Hi. Can you see me behind the laptop?
Sorry. Let's move.
I don't know what do I plug. I don't want to plug anything. If you wanna,
Yeah,
if you wanna see
our conversation was just about not doing that.
Yeah. If you wanna see things, I'm part of a band. If you wanna see what my band does, just check their social media, Ben&Ben Music, at wherever social media platform you're on. Yeah, I just want to let everyone know that you're loved. Yeah.
Thanks, Poch.
Love you, Nate.
I love you, Poch.
Thanks, Nate.